Namaskar, my dear friends. Welcome to the lecture series of Computer Aided Manufacturing. In our previous video, we will learn about the different part programs. Okay, and we have discussed the fundamental of part programming procedure and practice for simple components. Okay, but in actual practice, the components to be programmed are complex in nature and the resulting part program are proportionally longer if written in the way we have discussed. Okay? So also if some repetitive features such as grooves or holes are present in a component, then identical section of the program will have to be repeated to produce the same feature at different points. Okay, so simpler way of achieving such repetitions are providing by the facility of repetitive programming techniques available to the part program. Okay, so the use of the repetitive programming techniques significantly reduce the length of resulting part program and shorten the time required to develop the program and reduce the computer memory space required for the program. Okay, so the common techniques used for the repetitive programming are subrouting, do loops, and fixed cycle or canned cycle. So in this lecture, we will learn about the part programming using subrouting, do loops, and canned cycle. Now, objectives of these lectures: meaning and uses of cutter radius compensation, the significance of using subroutines, do loops, and can cycles, know how to develop subroutine and do loops for different applications. Okay. Now, cutter radius compensation. So, as discussed in case of the CNC milling machine, motion is possible along all three axes. So the Z axis is the axis of the spindle, and any movement of the tool or the workpiece which takes the cutting tool away from the workpiece is the positive Z motion, and any movement of the cutting tool towards or into the workpiece is negative Z motion. So having gone through the part programming for the CNC lathe operations, it will not be difficult to understand the part programming for CNC milling machines or for machining centers. So the only difference being the addition of y-axis. Okay. So the part program is developed for the cutter path with reference to the center of the tool rather than the point on the periphery where the actual cutting takes place. So at the time of writing a part program, a cutter of suitable diameter is selected and program is developed for center line of the cutter. But when the actual machining is done, if cutter of smaller diameter is used, it will result in a larger workpiece, and if a cutter with larger diameter is used, it will result in a smaller workpiece. The difference in the program diameter of the cutter and the diameter of the actual cutter is accounted for the cutter radius compensation. Okay. The difference in the diameter of the cutter is entered into the control system, and the control system will then generate a new cutter path. So the new path will be separated from the program cutter path by difference in the radius of program cutter and the actual cutter. So it is necessary to indicate whether compensation is to be made to the right or to the left of the tool when machining. Okay, so for that, three G codes are used for cutter radius compensation. So G41 is compensation applied to shift the program cutter path to left. G42 is compensation applied to shift the program cutter path to right. And G40 is used for cancel cutter radius compensation. Okay, now let us understand this cutter radius compensation by this program. Okay, so the direction in which the cutter path has to be shifted is decided by looking in the direction of cut. Okay, so in this figure, if the direction of cut is programmed in clockwise direction of the oversized cutter, then compensation would be provided to shift the cutter path towards left of the program path, that is G41. And if the direction of cut is programmed counterclockwise, the compensation would be applied to shift the cutter path towards right from the program path, that is G42. Okay, so the facility of cutter radius compensation is very useful as cutters of different diameters can be used without changing the part program. Okay, so by using the cutter radius compensation, the job of the programmer is also simplified, right? And the part program can be developed assuming the cutter radius as 0, that is on the actual drawing dimensions of the component. So the cutter path can then be shifted by using the relevant G code. Okay, so now in this program, cutter diameter is equal to 0 mm. That is, the programming is done as per the part drawing, and diameter of cutter available is 28 mm. So the difference in radius, that is the 0 minus 28 by 2, that is the minus 14 mm, is stored in the memory for cutter radius compensation under address E01. Okay, so now let us start with the N001, G71, G90, G94, and end of block as usual. Okay, that is G71 metric mode, G90 is absolute dimensioning, okay, and G94 the feed rate. Then we have started program, okay, G00, X minus 20, Y minus 20, and Z 20. Okay, so rapid traverse, X minus 20, okay, Y minus 20, and Z 20. Okay, rapid traverse G00. Then rapid traverse Z minus 5. That means now our cutter is 5 mm above the workpiece. Okay, our cutter is above the 5 mm from the workpiece. So initially in first step, okay, you can see in first step X20, that means X20, this distance is 20. Okay, so and Y20. Okay, this, so initially our cutter will be here at this point. Okay, and it starts from here. Now N004, G01, that is linear interpolation. G41 means the compensation applied to shift the program cutter path to left. Okay, so here we apply the G41, and D01, that D01 is the cutter radius compensation. Okay, so it's saved under this address D01, and it will start from this direction X20, okay, X20, Y85, okay, Y is 85, then feed rate is 400, spindle speed is 1000, and M03. Okay, spindle start in counterclockwise direction. Then from that, okay, so it will start then G01 X60. Okay, so X60 means it will be here. Okay, X55 here. So it Y 115. So total you can see this distance total 115. Okay, X60 means here this is the 20. Okay, and 15. Okay, then it will from here to 40 plus 20, so it will be here. Okay, and Y here, Y is 115, so X60 and Y 115. Then you can see here the circular interpolation. It will start the circular interpolation from here. Okay, X75. So up to here, this distance is 75. Y is 100 from here, and I0 and J minus 15. So you can see this is the radius is 15. So J minus 15, and G02. G02 is the circular interpolation. Then G01 X 105. So up to here, X is 105. Okay. Then again circular interpolation. Okay, here this is the circular interpolation. Okay, Y 150 and I 15. Okay, here you can see this is the I 15 circular interpolation. Then linear interpolation X 120 Y 85. Okay, so it will travel from here to here. Then X 130 Y 55. So it will travel from here to here. Okay. Then X 110 Y remains constant. So it will travel from in this line. Okay. Then X 80 and Y 20. So it will travel from this line to this line. Okay. So then X35, Y55. So again, it will travel from here to here. Okay. So then X20, Y85. Okay. So it will again here. Then G00, G40, cutter radius compensation cancel, X0, Y0. Okay. And end of the program. So this is called the cutter radius compensation. Now next is the 0 points and reference point. So there are on each CNC machine 0 point and reference points are defined. So the part program for any component is developed relative to these points. So machine 0. Machine 0 is point is at the origin of the coordinate measuring system of the machine. So the machine 0 point is fixed and cannot be shifted, and the machine 0 point is also called home position. Then next one is the work 0. So workpiece 0 or the datum, it may be defined as a point, line or surface on the component drawing to which all the dimensions reference. So for writing the part program, the programmer should know the relationship between the workpiece 0 coordinate and machine 0 coordinate. Or in other words, we can say all the coordinate value for slide movements have to be defined with reference to the machine 0. Okay, so this complicates the part programmer job. So to simplify the part programming writing, the CNC machines have the facility of floating 0 or 0 shifting. So 0 shifting facility is available on CNC machine, and this facility allows the machine tool 0 point to be shifted to any position within the programmable area of the machine. So the zero shift or the datum shift facility allows the user to shift the machine zero to coincide with the workpiece. Okay, workpiece zero. Now let us understand the subroutines. So the subroutines is also called the subprogram and are a powerful time-saving technique. Okay, as discussed earlier. So the subroutine, it provides the capability of programming certain fixed sequences or the frequently repeated patterns. Subroutines are independent programs with all the features of a usual part program. Okay. Subroutine are stored in the memory under separate program number. Okay. So whenever a particular feature is required within the program, the associated subroutine is called for execution. And the subroutine may be called anytime and is repeated any numbers of time. Okay. So after execution of subroutines, the control return to main program and to decide and use the subroutine. Okay, so the information required in the form of codes and symbols. So identify or the start of subroutine, end of subroutine, and a meaning of calling a subroutine. Okay, so we will use the letter L, which is followed by the number. Okay, so say for example is L221 to identify the start of subroutine. So L221, it means start of subroutine number 221. So miscellaneous code M17 will indicate the end of subroutine. So the subroutine, it can be called anywhere in the main program by just giving the subroutine number, it preceded by letter L. Okay, now let us understand subroutine by one example. Okay, so to mill a square pocket 40 by 40 mm at various positions on a flat plate. Okay, so for that the depth of profile is equal to 3 mm and Z is 0 at the surface of the plate. Okay, so the tool, it should retract back to your position 5 mm above the flat plate surface while moving from one position to the other position. Okay, so to mill this square pocket of 40 by 40 mm at various positions. Now let us understand. So L101 end of block. Okay, so this is the subroutine number L101, subroutine number 101. Then N100 G91 end of block. So it set the incremental mode. So for subroutine generally we are using the incremental mode. Okay, N901, it means the incremental mode. Okay, then next G01. Okay, Z-8 F300, that is the cutter move to required depth at given feed rate. Okay, cutter move to required depth. So depth of profile is 3 mm and cutter is 5 mm above the flat plate. So that's why Z is -8. Then G01 X40 end of block. It means it moves 40 mm in X direction. Okay, it moves 40 mm in X direction. Then Y40, it means move 40 mm in Y direction. Then again X -40. Okay, so it means you move -40 mm in X direction and Y -40, that move -40 mm in Y direction. Okay, then G00, that means the rapid traverse. Z8, this is the cutter move 8 mm in Z direction, that is the 5 mm above the flat surface. Okay, then G90 end of block, that means the absolute mode. Now the absolute mode, and M17, it means the end of subroutine. So this is the process of the subroutine. So this subroutine, it can now be called any number of times to build this square profile of 40 by 40 mm. Okay. So in order to mill three such profiles, the subroutine, okay, this subroutine can be called and used in the main program at different position. Okay. Now let us see. Here we start from N005, G90, G71, okay, G94, M03, S500, end of block. Okay, as usual. Then G00, X50, Y50, that it move to starting point at first position. Okay, so G5, M08, M08, then the spindle move to 0.5 mm above surface and coolant is on. Now introduce the subroutine L101 that we have discussed in previous slide. Okay, so we introduce here subroutine. Okay, called the subroutine 101. Now G00, X120, Y120, that you move to starting point at second position. Okay, then again L101, end of block, then X200, Y200. Okay, X200, Y200, that means move to starting point at third position. Then L101 again introduce, then X00, Y00, Z20, it means the move to X0, Y0, and spindle retract to Z20 and coolant off. Okay, and here M02, it means the end of program. Okay, so from this program, we can say that the length of the part program have been considerably reduced using the subroutine. So the main program is written in absolute mode, that is the G90, and the subroutine is written in incremental mode, that is G91, since this has to be used as different locations. Okay. Now, next one is the do loops. So do loops means the ability to write the program with do loops. Okay, it enables the programmer to instruct the control unit to jump back to an earlier part of the program and execute the intervening program block a specified number of times. Okay, so the do loop statement is given in the main program itself, and it is necessary to give the some information, that is the start the loop, number of repeats of the loop, and end of the loop, okay, in the form of symbols or code. So this do loop is used for repetitive programming in cases such as turning and milling operation, where it is not possible to remove the entire material in the single pass, and more than one cut have to be taken to machine the component to required size, or where uniform repetition is required, like cutting uniformly spaced grooves in a shaft or drilling of a pattern of hole in plate. Okay. Now let us understand the program using the do loop. So you can see a program, okay, in which the diameter of the component is here 40 mm. Here is 40 mm, and here it is a 20 mm. Okay, so this distance is 20, this distance is 15. Here it is 20 and 15, and this is the 30. Okay, so total length is 100 mm. Okay, and intermediate diameter is 20. Okay, so there are two taper turning steps and one straight turning. So material cannot be removed in a single pass. So this part program without do loop will involve the calculation of intermediate points. So keeping the maximum depth of cut as 2 mm, the material will be removed in 5 passes. So the program using this do loop is right like this. Okay. So now let us understand G90 absolute metric, G94 M03, and spindle speed is 400. Okay. Then X40 Z1. Okay, X40 Z1. Then G01 it linear interpolation Z minus 100 and feed rate is 400. So Z minus 100, that means you start from here to here. Okay. Then G00 X60 Z minus 20. Okay, X60 and Z minus 20. That means Z minus 20 and X60. Okay. Now G73, that is start do loop 5 times. Okay. G73, it means start do loop 5 times. Then G91, that means the incremental mode. Okay. So here we start the do loop. Okay. G01 X minus 2, that means the 2 mm. We have taken here the depth of cut 2 mm. Then G01 X minus 10, Z minus 15. Okay. Again, now Z minus 20, X 10, Z minus 50. Okay. Then rapid traverse G00 X2. Okay. Then G00 Z 50. Okay. Then G00 X minus 2. Now G06. Okay. So end of do loop here. End of do loop. So this process will repeat 5 times. Okay. This process will repeat 5 times to obtain this diameter. Okay. So then G90 again, it's a absolute mode, and G00 X50 Z15 M02, that means the end of program. So this is the program using the do loop. Now next one is the can cycle. So can cycle, or it is fixed cycle, it may be defined as a set of instruction or the inbuilt or stored in the system memory to perform a fixed sequence of operation. Okay, so the can cycle, it may be brought into action with a single command and as such reduce the programming time and effort. So these can cycle are used for repetitive and commonly used machining operations. So the can cycle are stored under G core address, that is G81 to G89. Okay, are reversed for fixed can cycle, and G80 is used to cancel the can cycle. Okay, so the fixed cycle for lathe operations are can cycle for turning, can cycle for threading, can cycle for rough turning, and can cycle for finished turning. Okay, now let us fix cycle for turning. Understand by this example. Okay, so this is the step turning process, and we have already prepared the one program earlier. Okay, so we have to make the diameter in 3 steps. That is the 20 mm, 16 mm, and 12 mm diameters. Okay. So the depth of cut is limited in CNC machine also. So in order to machine the component to require the dimensions, a number of cuts may have to be taken. So one way of writing program for the achieving the required diameter on CNC lathe machine. Okay, as we have discussed earlier. So now in this case, the step required to make these components are turn to 16 mm diameter over a length of 50 mm, then turn to 12 mm diameter over a length of 35 mm. So the depth of cut, it should not exceed 1.5 mm, and the speed of the workpiece is 300 RPM, and the feed rate is to be kept at 200 minutes per sorry, it is 200 meter per minute. 200 meter per minute. Now the program for this cycle is G91, G94, G71, M03, S800, G00 rapid traverse, X20, Z0. Okay. Now G81 CAN cycle. Okay, CAN cycle for X-2, Z50, and feed rate is 200. Okay. Now for the 50 mm, 35 up to here. Okay, 2 mm depth of cut. Then X-4, Z-50. Okay, again F200. CAN cycle X-6 up to here. Now 35. Okay, so for up to here. Then G81 X-8, Z35. Okay, so now it becomes -8. That means the 20 minus 8, so it becomes a 12 mm. Okay, then G80, that means the CAN cycle cancel. Okay, so G00 X25 Z10, and now end of program. So by this way we can use the CAN cycle, okay, for turning. Now understand the drilling cycle. Okay, so for that, fixed cycle for drilling a hole is available, where the complete drilling cycle is completed by giving the information in a single block. Okay, so consider our piece in which, okay, so here this is the reference plane, and Z is 0 at the 10 mm above the reference plane, and total this is 30. Okay, now let us understand G71, G94, G90, and the block rapid traverse X10, Y15. Okay, now Z-10. Okay, rapid traverse. Now apply the CAN cycle G81, Z-50. So this is the -50, Z-50, M03, okay, S800, F150. Okay, so we have applied the CAN cycle here, and now here cancel this CAN cycle G80. Now in first, that is the, okay, metric mode, feed rate in mm per minute. Okay, the positioning block here in this case, the positioning block, that is the position, the drilling tool at X 10 mm and Y 15 mm. Okay, now drilling tool moves to the reference plane in rapid traverse. Okay, drilling tool, it moves to the reference plane in rapid traverse. It will come here. So this reference plane is selected, okay, above the workpiece surface to avoid the drill striking the workpiece while moving in rapid traverse. Then in here, called drilling cycle. So the spindle starts rotating at 800 rpm in clockwise direction, and the hole is drilled at the required position at the given feed rate of 150 mm per minute. So the drilling tool is positioned at reference plane after the drilling operation is completed. Okay, then here the cancel, okay, drilling cycle is cancelled, and finally end of program. Okay, now let us understand the deep hole drilling cycle. It is called the packed drilling cycle. So when the depth of hole is more than, that is the 10, that okay, so L by D ratio is greater than 10, so it is desirable to withdraw the drill from the hole at regular intervals to avoid the clogging due to the chip. So this is called the wood pack drilling. So in the CNC machining center, this pack drilling cycle is available. So by using the pack drilling cycle, the drill is retracted up to reference plane at rapid feed rate every time after drilling the hole to a specified incremental depth. Okay, so now consider this workpiece in this figure. So the final depth of the 10 mm diameter, this diameter is 10 mm and hole is 70 mm. Okay, hole is 70 mm. So the reference plane is 10 mm. Reference plane is 10 mm above the surface, and the over travel required is also 10 mm. So over travel is required is also 10 mm. So the total movement of the drill is 90 mm. So this total movement is a 90 mm. So the hole is not drilled in a single pass. Okay, so each time the drill is fed to a specified depth and withdrawn to reference plane before again feeding the drill further into the workpiece. So here the total tool travel from reference plane to final position of the drill is programmed as Z value, and the incremental depth after which the tool has to be withdrawn is programmed as K value. That means the for every pass it will goes the K value, that is the 25 mm. Here we take the K is equal to 25 mm. Okay. Now let us understand the program. Okay. So as usual, the first block, then G00, X10, Y10. Now G00, Z10, -10. So tool will be here at Z. Okay. Now can cycle G82 is applied here and Z -90. So total is -90 and K is 25. So for each pass, the tool will travel the 25 mm. You can see 10 plus, okay, 10 plus 15 is 25, then 25, then 25, okay, and feed rate is 100. Okay, so it will complete in 3 pass. So again, G80 cancel and end of program. So by this way, we can apply this can cycle. Okay. So now I hope you can understand very well. Okay. So now end of this chapter or the unit number 2. Okay. NC CNC machine. So thank you very much.